And so, therapy with Leah Rabin, Leah of the Old Testament, Leah's guardian angels. And Leah cannot be present with me now, but it has helped for me to say that I recognize now how damaging words can be, how harsh those words were, how sensitive. I didn't realize, I start deifying and glorifying Leah as a great superhero because I have this dream. I ate some magic mushrooms and I had a dream. I had a vision of her as a flight attendant, dressed like a flight attendant, would look so cute. And then she's got her hands tied behind her back. It's a terrorist, and she saves the whole plane with both her hands tied behind her back. She's a super heroine, and she can stop terrorists because she can convert monsters like Frankenstein, and the kiss of Bel turned a beast into a prince, and the woman rides the beast is a story about the apocalypse, and the beast of the apocalypse is there's so many women in heaven that want it to be a story like Beauty and the Beast, and there's the spirit of the Antichrist affects so many people, and there's ways that the spirit can be channeled to contend with God and win. That's Jacob, husband of Leah, did, and fight with God and win so that there can be universal salvation for everyone, because God has done some things that are very unjust, like tempt us with forbidden fruit, and then give women their labor pains and curse all the generations beneath that to die. But there are some lovely ladies in heaven and people like Leah that I met that I love more because they don't have a kill count. And Leah would have always been, she's got so much power. She can, when it is the worst day of your life, just being in the same room with Leah can, she can effortlessly, she doesn't have to say anything, just, the body language when there's fire in her eyes, just the way in which she blinks her eyes, the sound of her voice, the way she says something can speak 1,000 words, and words without using any words, really. And there's a supernatural force that works with Leah, and when she does a good deed, it's not like feeding a hungry person and the person is hungry again, and you give a person pain relief from a medication and then they're back in pain again. But the good deeds she does, when I see her glowing like a moon goddess, when I see her with she's so transfigured with light, like Jesus and Moses were on Mount Tabor during the transfiguration, I feel like I need to put on sunglasses to just see her, to recognize her facial features. They did change, unrecognizable on one occasion. And it was on an occasion where she did actually do something to get my attention because she wanted it. And so she hasn't always been somebody that's been despising the attention that I give her either. But I realize those words that I'd said that hurt Leah, words can do so much damage. I was thinking sticks and stones can break my bones, but words cannot hurt. But that's just not the case. When a person does what I did and blames, tells her she's getting her license to, blaming her for something and going into detail about the pain and the agony and saying it's been like a crown of thorns and a crucifixion ever since I've met you. I mean, that is such a mean thing to say to such a good person. And I did not know just how bad those words were hurting. I would never hit I was just hurting so bad. I wanted to. I thought it would make her a better therapist, but that's worse. That's just as bad, if not worse than physically striking someone, because it's making her doubt. And I didn't know that. It's making her doubt her abilities. It's making her very scared. It's making her feel less confident, and it's leaving lasting trauma. And I understand it doesn't help her maybe to see me still thinking about her, but I want more than anything to heal my favorite person. And that's why I sent the money. I would send the money. I tried to show that I'm sorry, put my money where my mouth is. And, it's this is therapy for my mind. I hope it reaches her. I hope her guardian angels and Mother Mary and so many, because I know that just because she does not want to talk to me does not mean she knows what's in her best interest. I used to think it was my best interest to run away from spiders because spiders gave me nightmares. I had nightmares of spiders growling and barking and biting me, and I'd hit them and their legs would come off and I'd still have their fangs in my skin, their 6 eyes, their fangs, their venom, their faces are so ugly, and their 8 legs, and looking at me behind the doors and stuff. And I thought avoiding them and running away from them was in my best interest. But no, I would still have nightmares if that's what I did. One of them crawled into my cell and violated my restraining order against them, and I decided to overcome my fear, and I held it, and eventually I even let it bite me, and when I realized I didn't even feel the bite, the only evidence that I had that he actually bit me was some venom under my skin, and there must have been some sort of a divine providential venom, because it felt so euphoric. I was not expecting it. By facing my fear, it was euphoric, okay? I didn't know that holding spiders and getting bit by one could be so freaking surprisingly euphoric, like I was high on drugs. And I became known as the Spider-Man of Alcatraz, bringing back all kinds of big spiders back to my cell. And seeing a big spider run across the yard outside where I'd work, I'd get as excited as if it was a naked woman or something like that. So just because Leah keeps saying, I don't want to talk to Matt, okay, I can really respect that she does not want to talk to me. But she definitely does not know what's in her best interest here. And I know that from experience, because she's got, she believed very, very strongly, to the point of petrification, that there was a fear that was present that never was present. And that is extremely unhealthy. And to deal with it the way she's dealing with it is to continue feeding that unhealthy fear. And if I continued to feed my fear of spiders the same way, I would still have nightmares of spiders. And I know that she's afraid of a fear that does not exist right now. So I was only trying to help.